Alright, so this one is called the political time bomb. It's a way to get rid of small members of resistance to your political or religious regime. So here's how it goes. A person is targeted for having a different idea, for going against the program. They're then marked, and this mark is pretty much them being confused into misaction. This is pretty much black sheeping. You ever notice as a black sheep how whenever your family argues with you until you start doing wrong, that you can tell that you won't be able to do right until you give up the argument that you're having with them, but they ignore that whole thing? Black sheep kind of feel like their family wouldn't let them be a good person so long as whatever they're disagreeing about is still disagreed over. And so they're confused and restricted into misaction, and that misaction is stapled onto their character. And with some time passed and enough distance away from the incidents that caused it, it's set off to create a high level of friction of response that kills the person for not being able to explain or justify themselves anymore. Here's how it works. Let's say you're 5 years old and you ask somebody how the fuck God came to exist, and no one can answer that, and you think it's a valid question that needs to be answered. It means that all you've got around you is people that think it's wrong not to be a Christian, people that think it's wrong and disturbing not to believe in their God. That means that no matter who you ask for help as somebody who cannot defend or protect themselves, you have to accept their condition of being disturbed for not believing in their God. You might not even realize this as a 5-year-old because you're just asking questions and curious. Eventually, the frustrations are going to start off small and you're going to get into a little bit of trouble. And then they're going to keep going because you're confused about why it's happening and want to figure out why it feels like you're being attacked. This keeps going until eventually there's a point of action that can be called upon later on without any context to get you killed. This falls back into my thing about the black sheep. Here, you're already disagreed with over something, and because of that, if you interact with these people, you have to accept the condition of their disagreement. You're not a Christian, you're a bad person, you're a bad kid. You stop being a straight A student, you stop being a good person, you stop being anything, so long as you interact with these people, because if you're right and they're wrong, then it means that their God isn't God. And so you have to be a bad person no matter what. And so these people will even give you space to be a bad person just to help with this time bomb strategy. It's a lot like Amanda Waller's time bombs, where she has you on a neck bracelet, and if you don't do what she says, kaboom. That's what all this is. It's a political strategy for getting control over intelligent people who don't listen to the program without question.